And hello everybody, welcome back to episode number 145 of the CheckX series. If you're new here, as I say every single day, the CheckX series is pretty much all about me, your host Ivan, talking about everything that Elon discusses or reposts or whatever you can think of the day before. Today we're going to talk about what he posted yesterday on Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. He posted just around 30 times yesterday, so going to be a relatively short episode as well, just like yesterday's, maybe slightly longer. But we are pretty much just going to get right into the episode here, not to keep this intro rolling for too long. Starting off as we usually do with Tesla and robotics, specifically today. But starting off this segment and the first segment of the episode, Elon congratulated the team for building 1 million drive units at the factory. Also, Elon discussed competition, noting that competitors like Xiaomi, are copying Tesla's humanoid robot designs, and Elon specifically stated that Optimus Gen 3 is special. I guess in a good way. Moving on, Elon also reposted news about expanding FSD version 14 Lite to international markets for Hardware 3 vehicles, and noted that actually Smart Summon is now faster. Last but not least, Elon highlighted the Cybertruck's versatility as both a robotaxi and joy machine, specifically praising its trail assist mode for off-roading. Pretty cool there. A decent amount of updates there for Tesla. Going to be interesting to see how the FSD version 14 Lite comes out for the Hardware 3 vehicles. And also seeing how Xiaomi is copying Tesla, specifically in terms of the humanoid robot situation. But moving on to SpaceX and Starlink here. Starting off this segment, Elon reposted a formal apology from the California Coastal Commission, which agreed to not consider political views in future regulatory decisions regarding SpaceX. Also, talking about Starlink, Elon shared reports on Starlink's high-speed internet for aircraft, which can deliver up to 1 gigabyte per second per terminal, making it the fastest in-flight Wi-Fi provider. Also, Elon described the Raptor 3 engine as engineering art and black magic, highlighting its role in making Starship rapidly reusable. Last but not least, Elon also laughed at posts regarding his compensation package being tied to a $7.5 trillion market cap and the goal of building a 1 million person colony on Mars. Very interesting updates there on SpaceX. Decent amount of stuff there, but moving on to artificial intelligence, or AI, here. Starting off this segment, during his ongoing trial, Elon testified that while AI could make humanity prosperous, it also has the potential to kill us all. And Elon compared training AI to raising a child with the right values. That's actually a very good analogy in my opinion, and something I totally agree with, and something that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about, is that, yeah, AI really needs to be kept on its rails, because if it goes off the rails, it could go bad, in simple terms. But that's another rabbit hole to go down for probably a different video that never going to come. But moving on to Grok, Elon reposted a comparison showing Grok 4.3 successfully completing a counting task that other language models failed. Last but not least, Elon laughed at courtroom sketches of himself and Sam Altman and joked about his hair looking messy because he wore headphones on the way to court. And yeah, so pretty interesting updates there on AI, also about the OpenAI and Sam Altman whole situation of it becoming a for-profit company instead of its claimed values to be a non-profit company. By the way, that's the context for that ChatGPT OpenAI situation. If you want to go back and watch some of the previous 2 episodes, I believe, talked about that. But moving on to politics and current events before we start wrapping up the episode here. But to start off this segment, Elon reacted with wow and crazy to surveys suggesting a high percentage of Democrats believe the July 2024 assassination attempt on Donald Trump was staged. Moving on, Elon also commented good riddance regarding a United Healthcare social media manager who was fired after making disparaging remarks about the attempt on Trump's life. Interesting. But Elon also laughed at news of Google co-founder Sergey Brin moving residency out of California and coming out as a Republican. Wow. But last but not least for the episode, Elon reacted with WTF, not going to say the actual word for YouTube purposes, but to reports of Australian Special Forces soldiers facing war crime investigations for firing warning shots. Elon also laughed at a mistake by Congresswoman Ilhan Omar regarding World War II. I also saw that she said World War XI. Why is she a congressman? Why is she a congressman? I don't know how someone can mess that up. But yeah, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up episode number 145 of the CheckX series. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you for watching. I recommend dropping a like, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. I also recommend going back and watching some of the other recent CheckX episodes. Just get a nice little sequence of events going for you if you would like. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this episode. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.